Do you remember Donald Trump? I ask if you remember him because, of course, he used to be very active, didn't he, on the old social media? Not any longer because, obviously, he got banned from places like Twitter. Well, anyway, he's announced plans now to launch a social media platform called Truth. This is Truth Social. It's apparently going to be rolled out. They're all laughing. It's apparently going to be rolled out early next year. The former president, who was, of course, as I said, banned, and there's his bans look from Facebook and Twitter, says that his goal is to rival the tech companies that have denied him the megaphone that was paramount to his rise. His eldest son, Donald J. Trump Jr., posted the link to the website on Twitter in the absence of Trump. The network says that there'll be no political discrimination. It's going to cancel culture, and it's definitely going to stand up to the big tech companies. They say America's big tent social media platform that encourages an open, free and honest global conversation without discrimination. Goodness me, I'm starting to feel like I'm doing an advert for this thing. Anyway, I wonder, is it going to be a success? I mean, on a serious note, I mean, I know we all chuckle there, but there is an awful lot of people that are very disillusioned with mainstream media, with social media companies, and they will welcome an alternate platform.
Yeah, so look, I have no issues with alternative platforms. I think actually it's really, really corrosive that we've got a handful of companies that dominate social media, and I think that needs to be broken up. I'm going to skip over the irony of Donald Trump setting up a platform that's called Truth Social. I'm just going to park that for one side. For me, he can set it up if he wants, that's fine. My bigger issue is I do think we've got a problem with social media. I think the capacity to put fake news, misinformation and just completely vile, horrific, misogynistic, racist, whatever content with no repercussions, I think is fundamentally flawed and wrong. And I think we need to get to the point that not just Truth Social when it comes out, but all the social media outlets need to have far greater regulation. There has to be far greater onus on them making sure that you're protecting people who are using that platform, and far greater policing, and I use the word policing deliberately, over content that is just not true and is harmful to society.
Amy.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I share the same position in that feel free to set it up. I have my doubts about whether it'll be a success. He wasn't able to maintain a blog for more than 29 days, so I somewhat doubt the success of a full social media platform, particularly because, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, these conversations that he has cultivated, often dangerous, often toxic conversations, are still happening in proliferation on platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, etc., you name it. I don't know that we actually need a new place for people to have hateful conversations. Those are already rife. So I agree that we definitely need to break up the power of Facebook and Twitter and the like, but I don't think this one is going to be a success and probably not one I'll be signing up to.
Do you?
I think it'll be a success in as much as he will get his followers will join it and other people won't. So it'll become a kind of dark mirror image of Twitter, for example. I think the thing about him calling it Truth is, you know, we all snigger, but that is the reality now. Everyone has their own truth. And nobody can argue with my truth because it's my truth. And so, in a way, again, he's just revealing what is actually happening elsewhere. The state of social media, well, yeah, it's not the kind of civil space we'd like. But when you let someone police it, you let them decide what is true and what is acceptable and who do we trust to make those decisions.